Alright, hey guys, this is Build Stuff, and we're back here with another project. This time we're going to be making a deck wood coffee table. This coffee table is for another one of my friends, and basically it's for someone's deck. And it's going to be only 15 inches tall because he wants a small table personally. And as you can see here, it's going to be made out of 2x4s and 1x6s. So since it's made out of 2x4s, the legs are of course going to have two sides, one 2-inch side and one 4-inch side. So this is how the 4-inch side is going to look like. I decided to have 1x6s as the top, and the 2x4s for the legs, and also the bottom supports, which we'll get to later. So here's the design. It's like a W shaped, which over here this will be 45-degree cuts of course. It's simple enough, 15-inch legs with 1x6 tops. And this is the 2-inch side. So that was the 4-inch side profile, and this is the 2-inch side profile. And here's the bottom profile, how it's going to look like. So this would be the whole table, but of course on the bottom you would have this frame, which is the legs and the diagonals, which you saw earlier. But this plus sign is a support made out of 2x4s. It's just going to be bracketed and screwed onto basically the top frame. And this is just so the 1x6s on the top don't sag if it ever rains, because that was the main problem that my friend was having, and he wanted basically a table that would not sag in the rain, or that would not like kind of warp over time. And this would be the top view. It's a pretty simple top view. Since of course it's not a actual 1x6, it's 1x5.5, the 5.5 inches. So these are the dimensions I came up with. He wanted a round 3 foot by 3 foot table. It's a bit smaller, 33 inches. And basically it's a frame of 4 1x6s, of course 45-degree cuts, and 4 1x6s inside that are 22 inches long to fill in the gap. And this is the top, so on the bottom it'll be held up by brackets, and the legs would be held up by screws going in from the top, and the supports, and yeah, basically the supports will be held up by L brackets. But I'll get to that later during the actual construction part of the video. But this is basically the blueprint of the deckwood table we're going to be making this episode. Alright, so right now I'm just cutting the 1x6s for the border of the tabletop to length, which is 33 inches. After doing so, I'm cutting the 45 degrees on the same 33-inch 1x6 so that all 4 pieces can make a square. Alright, so now I'm gluing the 1x6s together to make the frame. And of course we're using glue like I said, and also not L brackets, just brackets to give the initial support. And after the brackets, it wasn't strong enough, so we decided to use these snake-like nails, as you can see here. But it didn't work out too well because they would go slanted and they wouldn't go straight. They were too loud, they took too much time. We figured that it was for softwood and not actually hardwood like deckwood. So we just decided to use more brackets and leave the nails alone. Now I'm cutting the 23-inch, not 22-inch, because there was a miscalculation in the AutoCAD, but a 23-inch 1x6s, 4 of them for the inside of the frame to complete the tabletop, and we're going to be holding them with L brackets, as you'll see in a bit. Alright guys, so this is what the top of the table is going to look like. Of course, this is the bottom because this is where the brackets are. Next, we're going to put like these brackets on each side, to hold them together, and of course add some glue. And between these 4 panels there is some gap, as you can see. There's like a bit of a gap. And that's only because the AutoCAD did a calculation that this was exactly 5.5, and it's actually like 5.4. So, but I think it's fine because as long as these are touching, the brackets can securely hold these in place, and I think the gap actually makes it look a bit better. So yeah, now we're gonna put the brackets on and cut the legs and the slants for the decoration, and also the bottom supports. On a side note, for a future project, so this place was throwing out these canvas supports. They're like 1/2 inch by 1.5 inch by 24 inch, and it's MDF. It's used for canvases, and I have 3 boxes of 12 of these planks, so I'm really excited to see what we could do with that. So this is roughly how the bottom of the table is going to look like when complete. The one large support beam and the 2 smaller ones, and of course the rest of the frame put together. And then the legs, and then the cross beams on each side. So for the supports, we used L brackets, and we used around 8 of them. Each of them having 4 screws. As you can see, the wide ones, we just figured that they would be more stable, and that's all. L brackets to hold the supports. Alright guys, so how we're putting the legs on is pretty simple. We're drilling 3-inch screws, I believe, in from the top, and we're going to fill that up with wood putty. So 3-inch screws goes through there, and I can't really record this because someone has to be holding it and the table is sideways. So anyway, that's how we're screwing the legs. So I'm going to screw the rest of the 3, and that's all. So there was a miscalculation on my behalf where I didn't take into account that when I cut the 2x4s at an angle, of course you'll get like these pointed shapes, but it would also come on the bottom. So I ended up having to cut this flush to the leg, but I don't think it turned out too bad. I mean, it looks fine. It actually looks more like an M or a W, but and it gives more support. But yeah, that was a mistake which I have to keep an eye on next time. But I think it turned out fine. So what we did, there's just basically glue on each side, glue here and glue here, that connects them both. Screws that get drilled into the support. That's another reason why we made the support. And also a screw that goes deep into these. And yeah, that's basically it. I can't really record this because again, I need like someone assisting me, so there's no one to help me record. So I thought that I would just videotape how I would actually do it and not actually show you exactly how I'm doing it. But yeah, I'm gonna do this for the other sides and I'll show you how the end product looks like. We're gonna fill some of the cracks and holes such as this with wood putty, and the table would be done. Alright guys, so this is the end product of the table. That's how it looks like. With the 2-inch sides, the 4-inch sides of the 2x4s. Everything seemed to work out. And this is the wood putty I'll be using to fill out the screw holes and everything. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to give it to whoever's taking this table, one of my friends. And they're about to stain their deck too, and when they do that they'll probably stain this the same exact color. But yeah, that's it for this video. In a future video I might show you it stained and filled up with wood putty on his deck, but that's for later. If you enjoyed, hit the thumbs up button, and try to make this model that I created myself. The blueprint, of course, the idea. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.